This is something that every musician has had to face at some point in their life. I'm sure your parents have supported you through the idea of actually wanting to learn instruments and take an interest in music. But when you actually say that you want to do it as a career, sometimes their mindset can actually change. First and foremost, most parents just want what's best for you. If you're still at school, then parents are probably going to be pushing you to spend most of your time on your studies. That's because that's how essentially they got their job, to earn enough money to bring you up. So they want to impose those values on you to make sure that you're able to get a job too. So of course, when you tell your parents that you intend to spend the rest of your life making music and that's how you're going to make a living, then the chances are you're going to get a lot of resistance. But telling your parents your intentions is something that you're going to have to do at some point. So to prepare for it, firstly, you're going to need a plan. When you do sit down with your parents, expect them to ask you about finances. That's the first thing they're going to ask. They're going to ask if you've got a plan to support yourself until your music starts to pay. And if you don't have an answer for that, they're going to put up more resistance for you to be able to pursue this as a career. So for example, if you say you're going to work in a restaurant for a year, which is going to pay your bills while you work on your music, then they'll feel a lot more reassured that you're not being delusional and that you know you can support yourself for this entire year. But the one thing you should not do is go in cold without a plan. If you don't have a plan, they'll expect you to fail. And speaking of failing, you need to have a plan for what if it fails. Now, I know that you don't expect it to fail, but let's be honest, your parents do. So make sure you at least have some kind of backup plan, so if the music career doesn't work, you actually have another career you can take, even if you don't intend on actually taking that. And don't expect your parents to ever really understand, because they'll never be able to relate to the position you're currently in. And all they ever really hear is about how often musicians fail and what happens when they fail. And even when musicians do succeed, you hear of them going on drug-fueled binges and end up dying young, so that's going to scare them as well. So you need to prove to them that you've got a core strategy in place and a business plan to make this work, and you're going to take it seriously. Don't expect to ever fully convince your parents that this is the right route for you. So you may just have to learn to block them out and continue making the best music you possibly can, knowing that this is your dream and the right route for you.